Welcome to Momentous Inspiration, Episode 2, a Raleigh-based Guild Ball videocast. I'm Brian Will,
And I'm Juan Sims.
and we're bringing you Game 2 from the Southeastern Team Championship. If you haven't watched it, we encourage you to go watch Game 1. It featured a Union versus Union match, and
Nail
then
biter.
today, quite a nail-biter, all the way to the very end.
Yep.
But today we changed out 50%, and we've at least got one other team, one Union, one Engineers. So without any further ado, let's get going.
Yep. We've
And
got Jared McGraw here from Virginia. He actually was playing for Team Northern Aggression, who's actually one of the teams the USA is sending to the WTC versus local Chad Dixon from Asheville, not too far from where the tournament was held.
I wasn't actually sure what Beer City was, but I guess with all the microbreweries they have there, that makes a lot of sense.
And I'm actually drinking out of my Triskelion brewing glass where we held the tournament.
Well, I'm drinking raspberry lemonade because I'm on medication that doesn't let me drink alcohol.
Still.
As soon as I'm off of that medication, there's going to be some beers with my name on it.
All right, so he's only got the one. Looks like we're in draft mode. He's only got the one mascot, so he's just declaring.
Let's see. I think that they are both single captain. However, if I'm not mistaken, Chad has Strongbucks and I think it's Pride. I can't remember if it's Pride or Coin.
I can see if I can look that up while we wait for them to draft.
Or was he running? Or was he running single mascot and dual captain? Maybe that's what it was. I may be backwards.
Let's see. What has Chad got going here?
Well, Chad has selected Vet Rage with Strongbox. And on Jared's side, he selected Ballista with Mother, which I believe were his only two selections.
It does look like he had Coin as a choice for his mascot.
Okay, that's what it was. I think if I recall correctly from the stats, there were a number of solo Vet Rages.
Right.
And Chad throwing down Benediction as his first selection.
Who we got going from Jared here?
What time are you at, Juan?
I'm at 2:14.
Okay, we're right in match. I think that was Hoist for Jared, if I'm not mistaken, first. Followed by Mist for Chad.
Gotcha. The Strongbox choice is a little interesting to me. A little slow. Yeah. I mean, did we see who is kicking off?
It's going to be the Engineers. Gotcha. Engineers are kicking. I think we're up to Ratchet now. You got Ratchet on your screen for Jared?
It's a little hard to tell. I think so. I've got 4 models down.
Yeah. I just got the 5th for
I'm right there with you.
Chad. So yeah, that was Decimate.
Here comes the gutter choice for Jared. Yeah, that Strongbox choice is a little interesting. I mean, I guess.
And sorry, interrupt. Grace is rounding out for Chad.
That's his interesting choice too. You know, I'm wondering what the thought process is for Grace versus Engineers.
With Grace in there, I feel like you almost have to be leaning on a pretty heavy goal-scoring team. Definitely looking, I feel like, for 2 goals with the speed that you're bringing with Mist and with Grace.
Well, I mean, I think I said it last episode. Sometimes Mist just does it by himself. So Grace isn't. I mean, she's fast, but she's not the greatest striker in the world.
No, but it's although she does speed up, she can speed up Mist. She can speed up everybody, really. I mean,
maybe that helps balance out the Strongbox a little bit too.
Yeah, Strongbox. I mean, I haven't played against people running Strongbox too much, but it always feels like he lags behind a little to me. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that versus Coin?
I mean, I just like Coin for the influence efficiency personally.
Yeah.
If Strongbox can get in there, he can really put a hurt on stuff.
I just honestly haven't played against the turtle enough to really know him
Yeah.
as well as I should. Um, I've seen Coin and I've seen Saw Pride just a couple of nights ago for the first time, actually.
Well, shelling out's pretty good. I mean, it gives a little bit of attack buff, and he actually on a charge can do quite a bit of damage for a mascot. So back in when we had what was it called? The plot card that Sikkim.
Sikkim, yep.
Strongbox was a really good Sikkim target.
Yeah, having a too long playbook and damage on both of those is
He's effectively tack 3.
yeah. Oh, I guess because he benefits from his own. Yeah,
hmm
interesting. I wasn't even thinking about that.
And they're just talking about terrain there. They're going to use that obstruction in the middle of the whole entire circle there.
I think that's simpler than trying to use
Yeah,
just the.
absolutely.
I think you get into placement arguments when you start trying to look at that. But so for Chad, from top to bottom, we have Decimate, Strongbox, Rage, Benediction, Grace, and then Mist.
It looks like on Jared's side we've got Mother followed by Hoist.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Gutter in the middle?
Yeah, that's Gutter, third from the top.
Then Ballista, then Ratchet, and then Colossus.
Yep, with Ballista with the kickoff, which
Yeah.
I mean I think that's pretty standard tech. That's a no-brainer,
Yep.
really.
Kicking right into that little obstruction there. Looks like no matter where it goes, it's probably going to cross that path.
And it succeeds the kick.
That's about as worse as it could get, actually. Yeah. 1-6.
And I couldn't.
Just
Can't see where the
now
dice
he's going
went.
direction 5, so it'll
Okay.
pop right on the thing.
Oh, so it's pretty much as long as it crosses the midway point, which I guess it probably will.
Well, what he's measuring right now is if the ball path touches that obstruction.
Oh yeah, you're right. It might slide just below. Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it?
Yep. So they're saying that it is going to cross the obstruction, or it's going to not cross the obstruction, and it'll land over there.
He had two very interesting deviations. I think he was hoping to just jam it against that, jam it up against the wall, but instead.
And we're on allocation.
Yep. So this is where I'll be interested to see what's going to come down from Chad's side, because with having Grace in there and her getting the 2 influence every single turn, I'm assuming he'll be trying to use. I think it's quick foot, not quick time, if I remember right.
Right.
I'm assuming he'll be trying to use that pretty much every turn to speed up somebody. Mist seems like a pretty good target in a lot of cases,
Right.
especially for the go run first turn. But Rage, I mean, giving him that extra 2 inches of movement, that's not too shabby either.
Yeah, it's just tricky on the activation after the first turn because sometimes in a Rage team you really need to do something right away. And you don't always have that luxury of. So let's see, we've got Chad allocated there. Now what's he got there?
Let's see. I believe that. He's got 0 on Strongbox. He's got 4 on Vet Rage, 2 on Benediction, 0 on Grace. Mist has 4, and I believe Decimate has. I think currently has 2. Yeah, something like that.
Jared's got 0 on Mother, 4 on Hoist, 0 on Gutter, 5 on Ballista, 4 on Ratchet, and none on Colossus.
No real surprises on either side, honestly.
I think I would have put 1 on Colossus just in case he decided not to go retrieve that ball. Because he can get the free ball from 2 inches away, so he can get a 10-inch ball retrieval. Which probably would have got that.
Probably, but at the same time, I know engineer players are going to love to go with that, like with Hoist stealing as many blasters as he can and Ratchet tossing out as much as he can. He could have gone for a tool up on Hoist instead. So tool up and then single blast Earth from Ratchet.
Right.
But I can't really fault him for this way of going about it either. Just trying to lay out as much damage, as many blast Earths as he can.
So it looks like Chad Grace went and got the ball,
Yep.
passed it to Benediction, which actually ended up failing and hit Rage instead.
Yep.
Looks like Jared here is just going to put down a little nest marker and move up a little bit with Mother.
Yeah, just trying to get his placement set up, get Hoist that burrow potential if he wants it. And we got strong box jogging. Simple, nothing big on that one.
Yep. Another quick one here, and just Colossus is going to move up a little bit. It's a big man.
I think he's just trying to kind of obstruct the way a little bit. Bringing that powerful 2-2 defensive stat line.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not ragging on
You can
Colossus.
put a hurt on Colossus. Yeah. Got 20 boxes, but he's you can get some hits on him. That's for sure.
Oh, I hated trying to kill him when I was playing Alchemist though. Alchemist having very few ways to get around Tough Hide.
Hate trying to kill any of the models on this team. It's like one of my least favorite Corsair matchups for sure. And Shark matchups for that matter.
With all their range
they don't
pressure.
Normally put Ratchet that far forward.
Just play farmers. Then you can get Thresher wherever you want him.
You're fading a little bit there. Is your internet okay?
Yeah. Am I still fading?
No, it's coming back now.
That's kind of odd.
Maybe just a little quirk there.
We had a rage pass to Benediction. Looks like he's looking at dodging Benediction forward a few inches.
Yeah.
Benediction's one of those models that I think he's taken the place of Harry for a lot of people in the rage teams, just simply because he's got such reliable pushes. He's a little hardier than Harry.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of fun to see how he's really come out and filled a nice strong spot for Union.
So it looks like it's Decimate on the top. Strongbox, Rage, Benediction. Which one of these two is missed?
Mist is the very bottom.
The very bottom one? Okay.
Yeah.
So the white one is missed. Okay.
Yeah. Easily inside of the range that he needs for his Sulfation dodge.
I was just wondering because 6 inches, that looks like actually a little bit further than 6 to me. It might be right there. Maybe did he measure it?
What, talking about from Mist to Benediction?
Mm-hmm.
So actually after last game, after last game, I counted the number of lines because we had a little bit of question about whether Harry could have been pushed off the pitch, if you remember. Mm-hmm. And it looks like those lines basically space out to about 2 inches each, more or less.
I got you.
So I'm going to guess that it looks like it's probably about 5.5 inches between Benediction and Mist, but I think that it's going to be a moot point here because I think he's quick timing. He's quick timing Mist from Rage. Just a little bit of confusion because he forgot that it was a dodge, not a 2-inch move or 2 inches of move. So
right. Yeah, now he's definitely got it within 6.
Oh, very, very easily. So I think we're looking at a Ratchet.
Measuring up that. Yep. Looking at a Blast Earth here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that he starts spreading out the damage.
I think Grace is a 4-0. She shouldn't be that bad to hit.
No, and he's getting both Benediction and Grace. Is Grace 4-0? I thought hadn't actually seen her stat line in a while. Yeah, she is, I guess. Yeah, should be able to hit Benediction relatively easily.
Mm-hmm. 2-die plays.
So I got Benediction for 2, but missed Grace on that one.
Got him again. Get the momentum. Missed her twice.
Yep.
Missed two
Rolled
75%.
rolled 1 and 2 both times.
Yep.
It's a dice game.
Yep.
I feel like that has to be my mantra sometimes. It's a dice game. Just tell myself that over and over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. I think our game we played on Wednesday, you had what, like a 8-1 roll? Like you rolled 8 ones or something
It
like
was
that?
7-1s. I was trying to knock down Seasoned
Gotta look
Brisket
for anymore.
with Grange needing 1 hit. I rolled 1 4 and 7 1s.
Yeah, there you go. Get wrecked, as they say.
I think that was the point when I went over and had words with Jim about getting hold of my dice. Jim's not allowed to touch my dice.
So Chad here is thinking about passing.
Yep.
The two die here. Nailed it.
Yep. Like you do.
I would have thought about dodging him up there. But
I think he's probably already got the range with Southeastern bonus. I'm gonna bet he's pretty close to already having a charge on Colossus if he needs it plus acrobatics.
I'd probably just see if I could help it charge Rashid instead. Abuse that 1-inch reach.
That probably wouldn't be too bad, but well, never mind. This is gonna be a moot point actually.
Oh
I
yeah, he's
think
gonna
that
go put him on his butt.
Yep.
One of our locals who used to play Cody used to do this to me all the time when I was playing Shark, and it was the saddest thing. Even worse though is when you were kicking off though,
Yep.
because as it stands today, you don't get momentum on turn 1 for kicking.
Nope. Although that's one of the changes that I believe they've announced in
Yep.
season 4, isn't it?
Yep.
Which I think is a very positive change.
Absolutely, I think it opens up a lot of. It's actually going to be pretty interesting for quite a few teams, I think.
So I think this is just a good solid play. Just try to get Miss on his butt, stop that turn 1 goal. He's bonus timing.
Missed him.
Dice are not his friend on these early shots.
No. That's probably actually a kind of a little bit of a shadow nerf to Ballista. The getting the influence on kicking off.
Oh, I think it's a shadow nerf to a number of teams. I think it'll hit. I think it'll also hit my farmers, Grange and Thresher, not being able to have quite as easy a. Well, I'm particularly thinking about Grange, I guess, because of turn 1. He wants to be receiving more than kicking, but I'd say that you can toss in there's a few different knockdown captains.
Right.
Probably Corsair for that matter, a little bit too, actually. Not quite as severely, but a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So it looks like we just got to decimate Sprint. Don't think he's not really in position to do much more than that.
All right. Just a little joggy there. I really like Decimate on that Rage team. Some people don't bring her, but
No, Decimate's a great pick in my opinion. Good momentous damage. If you happen to get the 1,000 needles, then it just amps up the team even that little bit more.
oh yeah. I like to use her as a secret striker.
Secret
She's just
striker?
so dodgy. Yeah, she's faster than people realize, and she's super dodgy.
Well, she can also actually, especially if somebody engages her with 1-inch melee model, Rage with his Red Fury can give her a few initial attacks to actually start dodging around too.
All right, we got Mist. Let's see what he can do.
And that was Gutter just jogging up a little bit, just setting up for the next turns. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Smoke cloud.
Yep. I think in either case, whether he smokes or whether he acrobatics, you're getting the same net effect in this case.
Right. Except the smoke you can do now. The acrobatics you could do later. That
True.
might be the only real difference. Doesn't really help to smoke at the end of it.
No, it doesn't. That is a good point. But for this initial setup of trying to get into position and everything,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna.
So it looks like he's going to need at least a 2-inch dodge here.
Yeah, and I think the question is that might leave him. If he's not careful, he'll still be in with Colossus, which isn't. I mean, Colossus isn't the absolute best, but I was trying to remember what's he. He's
And,
got that knockdown and tackle on too, actually. So
and I don't think Jared declared a counterattack.
no, I don't think he did either, actually.
So you got Momentous double dodge, Momentous single dodge.
Got the wrap. Not too hard on Colossus though, I guess. Looks like that will get him. Okay, so now they're just laying out 8 inches, but he's easily got the range.
Yeah, they're trying to see if he can disengage and still hit the goal.
Which looks like he can, I believe.
So it looks like the answer is yes.
Nice to get that 4 dice shot rather than 3 dice. Also built up that momentum bank just a little bit more too.
It's bonus timing.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like you got it.
So we got a score about 10 minutes into Chad's clock, 5 minutes in Jared's. Score is 4-0 Chad.
0-4.
Or 0-4, yeah.
Yep. And as always, that little graphic is going to not necessarily be the most updated thing in the world, but pay attention to the overlays, not the white text.
Looks like, I think he's trying to, I'm going to guess that he's going to try to counter with a hoist goal run.
Maybe. I think I would take the position of killing Mist here, if
Yeah.
possible, or at least putting some damage on him. You could also, I think that he did a little, well, it's not really an easy task to take out Ben, which is the one he did damage to earlier. There could also be a line of reasoning where you could hit, who's that there right above Benediction? Decimate? You might could get Decimate and Benediction at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. That looks like you'd probably be able to get both of them. Although I think he's going instead for what you were talking about and just going ahead and trying to lay some damage in the Mist. The problem with Benediction being that he will recover 2 HP, so he will you'll lose a chunk of the damage, but yeah, just cold rolling 5s, not bad.
Yeah, I like the mist kill too because you get to play on your side a little bit more.
Looked like he hit both of his blasters on miss, so makes up for those misses on Grace earlier.
Nice. Yep. And banks the momentum from the Momentous Inspiration as well.
So Jared will have 3 momentum to Chad's 2 momentum going into turn 2. Engineers being one of the very few teams that can actually come out ahead of the receiving team on momentum.
Yep. It's kicking off too.
Well, it helps to have access to Blasted Earth and Deadbolt. That's 2 very good abilities to have access to.
Oh yeah. Let's see what we got going for cards here.
So still think we're still waiting on Chad, but oh, there we go. So Chad is playing wingback.
And we got Jared with go for the knees, giving +1 tack to Colossus.
I'd say that's probably an indication that he's going to put some priority on getting Mist nice and set up for the kill, especially with him being Colossus is basically right on top of Mist at this point.
Well, at least a single down, knockdown, push him in a little closer to Ballista, that kind of thing.
I think
Colossus doesn't actually have very great damage.
No, but he's the setup piece for them to get to those momentous damage results for everybody else on the team.
And, if I'm missed, I might just try to see if I couldn't, acrobatic out of there and head for the road.
Probably depends on what he's going to put priority on here. I
Yeah.
mean, he may just wouldn't be the first person to just say, "Well, miss is a lost cause. We'll just go ahead and call that as what it is."
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if he can pull him base to base, then it'll be
well, acro and then just getting 2 hits. I mean, he needs to hit all of his dice on him. So, although if he's knocked down, then he's having to burn his momentum, and it gets a little more dangerous.
right.
Um, so I believe we've got full allocation for Jared over there.
Yep. So let's see. We're gonna give him no mother, 4 hoist, 4 gutter, 2 ballista, 3 colossus. And just like we talked about, yeah, he's basing him here.
Yep, and he's just kind of getting behind him, getting him set up for everybody else to come in and dogpile on Mist. And for Chad, we have 1 allocated to Mist. We have 4 on Rage, 2 on Benediction, 3 on Decimate, and 1 on Strongbox. 0 on Grace,
Gotcha.
but she'll pick up her 2.
So you hit him with the singled out there. He's got the momentous knockdown push.
Yep.
Now, the going behind him is interesting to me. I wouldn't have thought of that. I wonder
I
what
think it's
the.
I think it was a pretty good move. I think he's given him the open field if he really wants to run away, but he's keeping him from diving down into that corner.
Mm-hmm.
Because diving down in that corner would push him so far out of range of everybody, it wouldn't be worth pursuing.
Right, and then you don't want to have to go chase him.
Exactly.
So now he's going to do just a push on him. And that'll do it. So
Yep.
knockdown, singled out for a couple pushes.
So 2 momentum for Jared to the just 1 starting off for the second player for Chad.
Yeah, I don't know. Chad going second has a momentum. I might try to escape with Mist here.
I think that would be a serious thought on my mind because actually what I was thinking about after we talked, although it looks like he's activating Grace actually.
Mm-hmm.
But what would have worked for Mist actually really is just simply spin 1 to stand up, walk to the
Single dodge, acrobatic.
yeah. I mean,
And he only put 1 influence on him.
no, he put 2 on him, I
So,
believe. Or no, wait, no, he does have just 1. You're right. Excuse me.
yeah, I don't know if he could do it with.
No, I don't think he could. I think you're right.
So here comes Jared.
Um,
So Grace just quick-footed rage, did a little jog. Jared is looks like that was
Ratchet. He
Ratchet.
overclocked Hoist, get him that free charge, and then he just jogged down to gang up on Mist, make Mist's life a little bit more miserable.
I don't know.
Well, now Mist really would struggle to get out.
Yeah.
I think we can just wave goodbye to Mist and say enjoy coming back on the pitch.
Where's the ball? Is it on Mother?
Mother, up there at the top of the screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like strong box is activating. And put confidence on Decimate. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's what I was thinking. If I'm Decimate right now, I'm looking at going and chasing, see if I can get that ball off Mother.
Or at least getting into a threatening position. He's got a good angle to get in there.
Probably a little far at the moment, but start thinking about that. Because I bet Mother's just going to sit there. Sit there and cover.
Well,
with the ball.
Depends on what he puts his priority on, because with Hoist right there with Burrow, Hoist could, in overclock, he could pretty easily get the goal run.
Yeah, that's true too. But why take it when you don't need to? I mean, he's got board advantage at this point. The Union is still kind of out there. Engineers can shoot at him, kill Mist.
The thing that's kind of worrying me just a little initially about Union is that they're feeling a little spread out. I know Mist tends to just get really advanced, but it just feels like engineers are a little more clumped, a little more kind of supporting each other at this point.
Right. Well, that's what happens when he decided to kill Mist
Yep.
because he stays on his side of the field, whereas now Union's got to play into him.
Yep.
And I don't see any reason for Jared to give up that ball, at least not at the moment.
No, I think that can be. I mean, it definitely doesn't need to be an early activation. If he's going to go for the goal, then
Hmm.
do it later in the turn. Especially if he can stay up on momentum, which at this point, with Mist being down and so available, I got to figure he's got a good chance to stay up on momentum.
Hmm.
So we got Ballista, it looks like.
I think is that Vista or Gutter?
That was Ballista. That's Gutter is just up
Ballista.
above. She's got the full stack.
Gotcha. This looks like he's going to hit the Momentous 2 double push.
I don't think he's.
So he's on 6 health now.
Yep. Don't think he's pushing him anywhere. Just. And looks like
He'll take that same result.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of the bread and butter for him.
Yep.
It's such a strong result to have where it is. 2 damage and the double push. What's that on 3, I believe?
I believe that's right. Sounds right to me.
Yeah, it's on the
Yep.
3. It's a really strong 3 result.
Yeah, Corsair's 3 is a 2 damage single push. So.
I'm not sure which one annoys me more, actually, so I'm just going to call that one.
They're kind of similar, to be honest.
It's interesting because they play similarly in some ways, but then they kind of do the opposite in a way. Corsair drags in, Ballista tends to push away. Kind of an interesting like comparison of effects.
Mm-hmm. So we got Ben stepping around this
Yeah.
this obstruction here.
I like those markers a lot. I know our local Glenwood he makes his own. He's made some of his own and everything, but they're so useful for tracking non paths when they're not perfectly straight.
Right.
But so Decimate got looks like he got Stand Firm from Benediction, and then Benediction sprinted. So.
So we got. Oh, here comes Gutter.
Yep. I think that.
Piling on.
Yep, that's gonna be a charge from Gutter.
And again, this is kind of nice because he's just so deep into his territory. Chad's not going to be able to really accomplish a whole lot this turn, I don't imagine.
That's actually, when I'm looking at it, the one thing that I didn't like about that Benediction activation was Gutter was the only one really in range of. Gutter was really the only one that was in range of. What's his face? A Decimate. And now Decimate's kind of out in the wind a little bit. Full stack, but I mean, second wind can be used to reposition, but not much else.
Right. So Gutter takes a Momentous 2 on Mist.
Looks like a Momentous 1 push, I believe. I think he said.
Because he wrapped.
Yep.
He didn't want to wrap, but.
Well, he's taking the low damage just to try to milk Mist all the way.
Takes the Momentous 1.
Yep.
Takes the Momentous 1 twice and kills him. Puts him at 8 momentum.
And the score is now 2-4 with Chad in the lead off of that initial goal.
Mm-hmm.
With Mother and Hoist still yet to activate, I got to figure there's a possibility of a goal run in the near future from Hoist. And Jared can now do that with impunity because he has the activation advantage.
Well, I don't know. We'll see if he takes it.
With his momentum lead,
I still like just sitting on that ball. He's got Hoist deck to activate. take Blast Earth again. Just fire at will. See who comes closest to you and go get them.
Yeah, I mean, Benediction's up there, and he's kind of in line as a good target. I know he's got a lot of hit points, but engineers can lay out a pretty solid amount of damage, especially as clustered as they are.
Mm-hmm. And Gutter's anatomical, so she's
Yep.
hitting on 3-1.
And I got to figure with Colossus, with Ballista, and some of those other pushes, there's a good chance that he can reposition Benediction where he wants him to get a few crowds to cancel out that armor too.
Yeah. Let's see what Rage is going to do here. So he's thinking about he was thinking about charging there to get the, but I mean he's got so much influence. There's really no reason to deliberately fail a charge.
Yeah.
He kind of realized Jared helped him out a little bit there. At least that way you can kind of at least buy a quick time on somebody.
Yep. Which I think that's probably, from my money, I'd bet on Decimate probably.
Mm-hmm.
Especially bring Decimate into a slightly more threatening position. So.
And she's already got confidence on her.
Yep.
Grace quick-footed Rage, actually.
Yeah. So, but Rage can get that quick time to get Decimate 2 more inches up, which I don't know if it would bring him quite in a range of Hoist or not.
And if Grace had a quick-footed Decimate, she'd be jogging 11, and then Rage giving her another 2 would be 13, 14-inch threat. She probably could score that goal.
Yeah, that's probably true, actually.
So that's what I'm telling you, man. Decimate's kind of a secret striker.
Yeah, oh god, I didn't even realize Decimate has a tackle double dodge. I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's actually not even that hard to. It's on 4, which seems high, but she's type 6 anatomical, so it's not that unlikely to hit it. So let's just run the numbers on Mother real quick. What's Mother? A 4-1?
I believe so. That sounds about right.
So it's going to be 6 dice on a 4-0, 34%. That's not bad.
No, and there's, I mean, I would say relatively little downside. Decimate's pretty far away from the scrum. I don't think would be pulled in very easily. But looks like Rage sprinted down there, but I didn't see a quick time come out.
And that would have been the money. He might have could got it from there. I mean, obviously it's kind of hard to tell from the measure, but
yeah,
11 inches and a 1-inch melee, and she's got a 6-inch kick too.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a relatively. Although the ball is now on Hoist.
On Hoist. Dirty Hoist. That's one of the things he does not have is close control.
Nope.
It's like the only thing he doesn't have.
Engineers.
So I wonder if Decimate could get in there and.
Well, I don't think with.
How much influence does she have?
She's got a full stack. That's where I think, that's why I'm a little surprised not to see the quick time to try to bump Decimate a little further forward.
Man, go get Hoist and shoot that goal.
I think he needed the quick time to do it though. Is the problem.
I mean, she's threatening 12 inches or 10 inches. That's.
He measured it earlier, and they're out right now. I think that was.
I think he's measuring it right now. Yeah, he's trying to see.
And that's where that quick time.
Yep.
I mean, I would say that Decimate out threats Hoist, but it's really not accurate.
She couldn't quite get there.
It's really not accurate in this case because Burrow means that Hoist has a little bit different range than you would expect. But
right. I wanted Decimate to shoot that goal. Yeah, here comes Hoist. He's gonna shoot the goal.
I don't feel like it's too big a surprise, all things considered. I think especially because he's up 8 momentum to 1, I believe, right now.
Hmm.
So he's in good position to start next turn. Depending on where the kick
Right.
goes, he might even be able to retrieve. Although I gotta assume Chad's going to try to keep it far away from him. Um,
Well, and is also as far up advanced as he now has decimated benediction and even rage, even grace.
mhm,
Jared has targets.
absolutely. I mean, even just simply, you get the blasters from Ratchet, which are really easily
Hmm.
in range now when he can actually back away. Deadbolt is obviously in range, and I may not be. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's entirely possible Colossus is in range of Grace too. Actually,
So he teleported and he moved up to the turtle and he's going to take an attack on the turtle.
yep, got that free charge from Overclock, and looks like he's gonna need to dodge. I'm gonna guess about 2 inches, maybe 3. Um, So it looks like Hoist managed to hit the Momentous 2 double or push dodge at the top of his playbook.
Hmm.
Down to 1.
Probably going to pull him with himself so he can hit him one more time.
Yep.
Looks like he's not quite in range yet.
I was a little surprised he didn't take that double dodge on 4 just to reposition himself, but
Hmm.
a little bit of extra damage isn't the end of the world either.
Where's the turtle's tackle?
I think it's on 2, I believe.
Oh, want want.
Yep.
I mean, actually, his knockdown's on 1. Well, a horse is sturdy.
Because
Yeah.
engineers.
Yep. Well, Hoist.
Yeah.
Hoist has got to be one of my least favorite models in the whole line, in the whole game.
Oh, I don't think that's going to take you out of line with almost anybody else.
Mm.
Actually, everybody who's ever made the mistake of trying to hit Hoist.
He's such a Swiss Army knife. He's so survivable. It's just drives me crazy.
So he took a bonus time swing, hit the momentous push dodge again, um, and I think he is now taking his third attack, so his third influence,
Hmm.
and looks like he hit that momentous push dodge one more time. And those were the second and third, the non-charge swings were bonus time, just to make sure that he could get it.
And here comes the bonus time shot.
Yep.
Nails it.
And our score now is 6-4 in favor of Jared.
Yep. He's running the length back towards the middle. That
Yep.
way he can see if he gets a play on that ball, which I'm imagining is going to pop out to range.
I'd say go. I think there's no reason to put it up top. You're definitely gonna want to put it in bottom. You've got I know Grace doesn't have the best stat line for kicking, but I mean she does have a 2-8 kick. She's got the distance to kick it, and she's got a couple of dodges. So
Well, the issue I have with trying to get it to Grace is right in the line of fire.
oh yeah, that's
Um, I almost wonder if you shoot it over Hoist's head, try to get it to decimate. I mean, Jared's probably going to go first, but that'll at least force him to make a play on the ball.
true. I can't blame him for what he seems to be looking at right now though, which is just putting the ball down near Grace and Rage.
Hmm.
That's a pretty safe lineup. Oh, you even just updated the score just a second ago.
Hey, look at me. I'm doing a good job. Oh, man. I think
And so
Chad's in a little bit of a rough spot here.
yeah, he's I mean, I don't feel like he's okay. That was the end of turn 2, also.
Yep. Into turn 2, 6-4.
Yeah, with Jared having the initiative here, I feel like
By a
with
lot, if I see it right.
yeah, I think it's 6-1 on the initiative or on the momentum right now. So I mean, he can play almost any plot card and still.
Yeah, and I think he's. I think it's safe to say he's got board position too.
Oh, absolutely. With that cluster of four at the bottom,
Hmm.
the only two that are separated are Hoist off the goal run and Mother. And Hoist, he's kind
Yeah.
of fine with Hoist being separated right now because he's accomplished what he needs to.
Right.
But now he's got the rest of the team positioned pretty
So,
well.
so if I'm
Um,
Chad and I know I'm going second, what am I going to try to do here? I think my one line of play is to try to mob Hoist.
I think that's probably the best. I think
My
that's your
other,
best bet.
what would my other line of play be?
The card that was played for Jared was Midfield General. Unfortunately, Chad did not say what card he was playing, but it did have a +1 influence.
I gotcha.
And having, I can go ahead and say,
There's not
having
that many of those. Yeah, I think there's only
having
like
watched this through already, to make notes about it, it never comes up. So
right,
I think my guess is it was probably offside trap, but
right.
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
So again, if I'm Chad, what's going to be my lines of play? One, mob Hoist. Two, maybe Rage can get a cheeky pass to decimate.
I would honestly almost look at sort of pulling. I might look at trying to retreat a little bit here. Pull back to Hoist. I know that
Uh,
engineers can lay out the damage from a distance, but
well, you've got a target, right? You've got a target in Hoist, which is what you
the
want.
question is what Jared does here with Hoist. Does he keep him in? Does he try to take him
Hmm.
away? But it looks like for Chad we have 4 on Rage, 1 on Grace, 3 on Mist, 2 on Benediction, and I think
Two on
um,
decimate.
yeah.
Jared's going with none on Mother, four on Hoist, one on Ratchet, one on Colossus, three on Gutter, and six on Ballista. So he is fully anticipating smashing some faces with Ballista.
Yep.
Hoist is loaded up too, and I think Hoist might go for another goal,
I
or
don't know if
maybe.
he'll have the range. He's only a 6-inch kick. That seems a little far, even if he hits the push dodges.
Mhm. One, two, yeah, maybe just a little bit far.
If he does go for the ball, or try to go for the goal, or just simply locks Rage in place, he gives time for the rest of his team to do their work, though. Um, it might just be a sacrificial Hoist. He knows that Hoist is probably in a bad spot, so he just gets his quick value out of him and then just
Hmm.
moves along,
Right,
which
go
wouldn't
ahead
be
and get that activation. I mean, I don't think this
exactly.
team is going to drop Hoist on one go, even Rage. I mean, because Rage won't be able to charge him right here because of the obstruction.
I'm not sure I agree with that. With Benediction to push him around, and then Red Fury,
Well,
nah.
I'm saying if he doesn't activate Hoist first, if he like waits a little while, I don't think Rage is
Oh
going to one
yeah.
shot him right now.
No,
Hoist is pretty
that's
hard to
probably a
one
good
shot
point.
with his tough hide and his sturdy. Now, if he was, get the whole entire team back on him, yeah, he'd probably do it, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
No, that's probably a pretty valid point. Um, that obstruction is.
He's going to have to quick time, so he's down 2 influence, and then charge. See, that's what he's measuring right now. Well, he might be measuring charging range, actually.
What timestamp are you at, Lon?
48:25.
48:25. Wow, I was half a minute ahead of you somehow.
Really?
Yeah,
And that was
I
funny
had a
on
little
our
bit of
last
glitch.
recording. Yeah.
I had a little bit of glitching on my end on my player, so that may have been part
I
of it. So
gotcha.
I bumped back to be in line with you though.
Come back. Come back to the past with me.
When you said he was measuring something, that's why I was like, wait a minute, we look. I think we're on a different time frame here.
But yeah, so Rage would, in order to get his charge, he's gonna have to quick time and charge, and then he's down 2 influence. He's only gonna throw 3 attacks total, and it's just not super efficient.
No, I think you've got a good point that Hoist. I mean, it would take a lot of work. Benediction can bring Hoist around a little bit, but It's not the best setup for Rage to be able to get in easily.
So what's going on here? Hoist. Oh, Hoist is hitting Strongbox. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize he was still in range of Strongbox, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just trying to get that push dodge off. That's all he's going for.
Ah, yeah, because when you run the length, he run the length back into melee.
Yep, I missed that too. And now I think yeah, he was in jog distance. That's what it was. So I guess he is going for the sacrificial hoist then, because now that hoist is on top of Rage, I don't think he can get that far enough out to save him now.
Mm-hmm.
He is trying to keep Rage from dodging, but I'm going to assume Benediction's just going to poke him a couple of times and haul him off.
So looks like Hoist hits a tackle here. He's too far from that goal, though, like you said. Now that I see it, it is a lot more than 6 inches.
Well, looking at Mist position with Mist having all that influence, I'm going to take a guess that he was trying to keep for the ball from being passed down to Mist because the Mist goal run was set up.
Yeah, I failed to notice Mist coming back on down on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glare coming off, and I'll just, I'll make an excuse and just say it's 12:40 in the morning, and I've been at work for the past 10 hours. So, you know what? I'll just throw out an excuse.
Brian, do it for the fans.
I'm doing it because it's the only time we can ever link up.
Yeah. Do it for the 8 people that are going to watch this video.
Hey, I think we actually had like 30 views for the first one. Of course, I'm probably going to bet that 15 of them were locals that we told that they needed to watch it. But
Well, I actually posted it at a bad time last time, so I'm gonna make sure to post it at a good time.
Yeah,
it's all about timing.
I don't think it got on the Steamforge forums either, if I'm not mistaken, unless you did it and I didn't see it. But
wait, Steamforge has forums?
Yes, they do have forums, Lon. You used to use them every once in a while. All right, so that is a killed ball for the moment.
Yep. Pretty far from everybody, but it's even pretty far for the turtle. Turtle only jogs 3, if memory serves.
Yes, I believe so. I think he's a 3.5.
Golly. I think the only other model with that is what? Granite?
That's what I was. No, that's definitely not true. Actually, I know that one for a fact.
Wendell? Is he a 3.5?
Wendell. Yeah. I would call him my boy, but really, he's not my boy. I just kind of get sad by Wendell. If somebody doesn't know the setup that's coming with him, he's fun. Yeah. But against somebody that knows how to exploit him, he just falls apart. But I think we got Benediction just jogging around here. I'd say he's going to try to move Hoist out of the way.
Yeah, just bully Hoist a little bit. Might as well.
Well, get him off the wall. Get Rage that free charge.
That's what Ben's for.
If it wasn't for the need for harvest markers and the fact that Grace is better with farmers, I would love to have his momentous pushes in farmers.
I played Ben with farmers for their initial release before the second box came out. For a while, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he does something that they really lack, which is I can see the value of.
Well, one thing that's nice about him too is, not to get too off topic on the game here, but he's actually defensive compared to like every farmer.
Yeah,
the 3-2 stat line is pretty premium in the farmer list.
Also, handing out more sturdy is utterly ridiculous in farmers. I think we're getting a little off topic, but I mean, we kind of knew exactly what was going on there, which was Benediction just repositioning Hoist a little bit. So but it does look like we're moving over to Ballista.
Yep. So he had Deadbolt on Decimate.
So get the damage, get the momentum, and I believe he looks like he's within. Yeah, midfield general coming in.
Midfield general is. I think I definitely underestimated that one when they revealed all those. It's just very generally useful.
I think the value on it, it's what, a 3 or 4, so it's not horrible. If you've got a solid momentum lead, then you can probably play it. Or it might be a good recovery piece in a lot of cases too.
Even if you're down, it's not a bad one.
No, I think it's easy to underestimate how valuable movement is. But so I think he hit the momentous 2 damage double push on Decimate there.
Oh yeah, he's gonna bully her, pushing her a little more.
Yep, just a single push that time. So looks like we got the Momentous 2 double push once again. I don't know if he's gonna. Yep, keep on pushing her around.
All the way around.
Decimate's about to have a lot of friends.
Did he put any influence on Decimate?
Yeah, I believe he had 2 on Decimate.
She's not knocked down, is she?
Yeah, Deadbolt.
Chad's got
when
momentum,
Ballista hit,
right?
Chad does have momentum, I believe.
I'd go ahead and activate her right now. Stand her up, attack, run away.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would do in this case too.
Your lines. Yep.
I think it's just gonna be. Oh, it's just gonna be 1 attack. That's actually because. No, you could jog back into the lines. Yeah.
Up.
Oh.
Maybe I guess he's not. I guess he. That's rough.
I guess maybe he didn't. I thought. No, he did because Benediction pushing Hoist around.
Yeah, that's weird. Wow. You're just serving her up for gutter, Chad.
Yeah, I think that's a rough decision because with having dodges all over the place, unless what's Ballista's knockdown on? That's the one thing I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
I want to say it's like 2 or 3 non-momentous. Yeah, 3 non-momentous, 5 momentous.
So unless he was just worried that he'd just get knocked back down, but make him spin it, spin the momentum, stand up.
Ballista's only a 1-inch reach, so he had 2 influence on him. So you spin your momentum to stand up.
Yeah.
You attack once, you attack 2, and then you're 2 inches away, and then you sprint or you jog away.
Well, what I was thinking is that he was thinking that Ballista would just haul him back in or knock him down.
Attack him.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, she's got a Momentous 2 on 2.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, the non-momentous double dodge on 2. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems like it would have been a good play because if he hits that momentous double dodge the first time, just get 2 inches out and then book it as far away as you can get.
So let's catch up here now that we've been talking too much. So we got Decimate hitting Ballista, Ratchet's overclocking on Colossus.
And Ratchet moved up just to get the crowd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Ratchet did take 1 swing in there and got 1 damage. Did go ahead and get 1 damage into That's something you don't see often.
We got missed over
Ratchet taking a swing. That's not what you usually see.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other question now, I mean, I think we can pretty much guess that Rage is going to go into Hoist for the kill here.
Into Hoist. Yeah.
But,
or at least attempt
how is he?
I'd get missed over there first. Get the crowd, right?
Yeah, get that second crowd.
Hold on now. What is this? He didn't take his Southeastern dodge.
No, did he forget his Southeastern dodge?
I think so, because he said he put down a smoke bomb. And that's definitely Grace right above it, right?
Absolutely, and that's well within 6 inches.
It might be a little bit of a misplay there. You didn't need that smoke, Chad. You had a free 2 inches.
I can't pick too much. I mean, remembering all the things that are on the
Yeah.
back of your cards is one of the hardest parts of this game
Yeah,
sometimes, especially when you get a little.
that's why I use single-sided
Oh,
cards.
those have been a godsend.
Oh yeah, because you have my set of
Yep,
farmers.
yep. No, those things have been. I really like them because I can look down and see all my traits really quickly. No, it's
Hmm.
wonderful. So Mist just sprinted, and acrobatics into Colossus, and then healed for 4.
That's so weird to me. Why did you go engage? I mean, doesn't Miss just get killed again?
I don't know.
Like
I know.
go.
I think what he's
I'm so
thinking is just
confused.
trying to. I think what he's thinking is just trying to keep Colossus from getting that free charge, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I,
I mean, Decimate is dead. I think I don't know if there's any saving
well,
Decimate.
Gutter's gonna pile in for
You can
the.
actually, the way he's got these things positioned right now, if Gutter it just touches her left side, Decimate literally cannot move with the
I mean,
triangle.
honestly, even if Gutter stays out at 2 inches, Decimate's gonna have so many crowds can't really do much of anything anyway. So that was Colossus taking a swing and hit the singled out on Mist. I don't know. See, I feel like I would have rather seen. I feel like I would have rather seen either get the set, go get the crowd on hoist so that Miss is in position to go get the ball again.
Hmm.
Maybe take Grace up there, try to get the ball back. I don't know if she can get all the way there or not, but
Grace should be able to get there. Grace is pretty fast, but I just I don't know. I feel like he kind of just fed Mist. Like I'm not gonna be surprised if Mist dies again this game.
no, no, not at all.
I don't think he healed or anything.
I kind of feel like he put a little too much emphasis on trying to stop the overclock from Colossus right
Yeah.
there, which I understand. I mean, it's what you do to Furious models a lot of the time if you can tie up Boar or
Right.
that Catalyst, but
Oh yeah. That's one of the reasons I love Salt. Just throw him into Boar.
so that you can make us all feel salty.
Right. I'll stop that Furious.
So I believe
Oh
we've
man.
got Grace is just walking up and attacking Hoist, or jogging up, I guess is the correct term.
Mhm.
Momentous dodge. Thing is, I feel like with the score line and with knowing Decimate's going to go down, Chad really needs the ball at this point. He needs to have ball control, try to get a kill, and then have some way to try to have at least hold on to the ball until he closes up, seal the
Mhm.
deal.
And see, that's the other thing. Why is Mist going down there? You know, that's really why you put Mist on this team. I mean, there's not a model on his team that's going to be able to retrieve that ball now.
No, I mean basically now he's looking
Yep.
at probably I'm guessing Grace on the next turn, Strongbox on 2 turns might be over the next turn or two.
I mean, it's going to be a long time before you can take a shot, unless Mist dies again.
Um, so it looks like we got Mother also just jogging for just to guarantee that Decimate is not going anywhere, which I think was pretty much the case anyway.
Hmm.
I will say this about Mist. Mist can get across the field pretty quickly. I mean, it only took you what 3 turns to get to the
Yeah.
ball that when I killed it the other night.
Oh my God. I mean, that was literally from top left corner to bottom right corner.
And then Grange
And I
ran away
still
with the
don't think I
ball.
ever got it, actually. Yeah.
No, I still feel a little bad about ball killing in a friendly game.
Oh, it's no, I mean, that's how you play. My video just turned off. Hold on.
That's weird.
Might want to pause it real quick.
Okay. And
Okay.
I will cut out that little interruption probably, but
So let's see here. What do we got going? We got momentous damage.
Gutter hit a
Gutter's getting
momentous
in.
2 damage on Decimate. And another momentous 2 damage, it looks like. I think that he's basically milking. He didn't hit the scything blow because it would have gotten Ratchet. And setting up.
Aw. Do it.
Hey, our last game we got to watch Gutter just slice down Mist like it was nothing.
Yeah, that was crazy. So we got Rage here. Time for the Rage show.
Hey, you gotta get at least one good Rage show per game.
I don't know. I think Hoist is fairly close to full health.
Yeah, but we got a bloody coin on Rage. Hitting himself with a bloody coin. So I'm gonna, even with Tough Hide, I'm gonna assume that Hoist is.
I don't know. He's got Reanimate. He's got Tough Hide, Sturdy.
We got a little bit of debate on the counter or defensive or yeah. No, I'm not. I think this is one of those cases where you probably don't go for the kill right now. Set him up for next turn just to get that order of activation advantage.
Well, then you
Of
got to deal
course,
with Reanimate twice.
yeah. Well,
So what is he doing?
looks like momentous 3 damage and a push is what he hit, I believe.
So it's +1, -1 damage.
Yep. And we got another swing. And looks like we got another momentous 3 damage.
Let's hit him again.
Another momentous 3 damage.
Gotta hit him for 3 again. Get that Reanimate.
Wait,
What?
he's actually
He's red.
he's
Carrying
having.
Grace. Why? I
I
guess
think he forgot reanimate.
Oh, he
Yeah, I
forgot
don't
it
think
existed?
I think he forgot always had to reanimate.
No.
Just got a momentous dodge off Grease.
Well, hey. Okay, I see what you mean.
No, I think he said in there that he forgot about reanimate.
Yeah.
Oh, I jumped the gun a little bit. This is where he says it actually. After that last one, and then he kills him, and then he says reanimate.
There he goes. So you're at 107.57.
No, I was a little earlier than that, but from
Okay.
watching it earlier, so
I gotcha.
was just ballparking. So, since I scripted out so that we have notes on what's going, I do have a little bit of prior knowledge. I try to treat it as objectively to the moment as I can, but I kind of.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you, people watching. I'm watching it for the first time. Brian's cheating. He knows the story.
Hey, if you don't want me to send you the script and you have to figure it out on the run, you can. But I kind of like having that script. I'll tell you what. I'll either get one of my brother or sister, or I'll get my girlfriend to do it, and I can guarantee that they will never do it.
Well, they have to understand the game as well.
Which is part of the reason I can say they're never going to do it.
I'm trying to get my wife hooked on navigators. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
You got to get your kid. Get your kid early.
Oh, man. He asks about it. I think he and I might try Gaslands, actually. Let's see how that goes.
Nice.
He
All
loves
right.
outfield. Let's see what we got.
So for Chad, we got back in the game.
Jared hit dig deep. Yeah.
Yep. Which one's dig deep again? I can't remember.
Dig deep.
I
Is
don't have
that
my
the
cards
one
right
where they
beside me.
get the goal on you? Yeah. The friendly, you get 2 MP if they score a goal.
Okay. Oh, it's one of the +1 influence ones though.
Mhm.
So that's if I'm not mistaken. So I think that was just a burn a card that he wouldn't use any other time.
Right. And that's not one of the ones that I'm generally super excited about. But I mean, the +1
Well,
influence is nice.
we don't know what else he had in his. We don't know what else he had in his
Right.
hand. So one thing that unfortunately I didn't make a note to get people to do was I normally like to get people to actually write down or tell after the game what their plot cards are and to make sure they state it throughout the game. But
Let's just give
unfortunately, I
everybody a reason to watch
didn't
twice.
remember to ask that along the way. But got a tournament in about 10 hours, and I'll actually be playing in it. So for our next round of games that we're going to have up a local tournament that's going to be coming along, hopefully I will be able to set that up because I'll be there to give the instructions to everybody.
So we got Chad's allocation.
I'm really going to be, it's going to be fun getting,
Did I lose you,
I got to
Brian?
get up at 8:15, get about 6.5 hours of sleep maybe. Get up at 8:15 and then go to the tournament after that. So for the allocation for Chad, we got Rage on 4, Decimate on 2, Mist on 3, and Benediction on 3. Those two, or
I always liked those really bright orange.
no? Cody used the standard. Yeah, he just used the standard pack that you could buy. I think it was just the kind of the reddish colored ones.
I like those bright orange widgets because, like, my widgets are like teal, like
Yeah.
fish color, and they're kind of see-through, so they always get blended in with the matte.
Oh man, I would admire the stones. I would admire the stones on Jared if if Hoyt didn't die right here, if he actually managed to get out and go for that ball. That would be.
Yeah. So let's see. Jared ended up allocating 2 to Hoist, 6 to Ballista, 3 to Colossus, 4 to Gutter, 0 to Mother, and 0 to Ratchet. Yep. Actually, no, Ratchet has 1.
Ratchet does have the 1. I would say, should we sing the Ding Dong Decimate's Dead song?
Well, Chad's going first.
Well, I still think Decimate's going to die.
Yeah. So he's going to Red Fury Ben to try to hit the push and get the charge?
Yep.
You only need 2.
I think he may have actually over allocated slightly to Rage.
I don't know. Remember, you guys got to deal with Reanimate again.
He's got to deal with Reanimate, but with 1 Red Fury, then charge, which should give 3 damage. I might have given 1 elsewhere and just leave 3 on him. I think 3 would be enough to do it, but.
You better not fluff.
That's a good point.
Risky dingo.
Actually, full stack probably just to try to avoid that is probably the best idea.
Right.
That's probably a fair bet. Although he is getting that attack bonus from Strongbox in there too, so.
Did he legendary here?
I don't think he did. I don't have it written down as him legendarying, but he did charge for 4 after that momentous double push. So charge for 4 down to 3. So I guess he.
There goes the Reanimate. Yeah, so he's got 2 more. 2 more on him or 1 more on him?
I guess he probably did legendary. I'm gonna say because if he did 4 down to 3, that means he had to have a bonus. So.
Well, no, because he could take the momentum from Ben's push and then buy the.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He probably did that, and I probably missed it in the note. So I would assume there's a bloody coin out there.
I went on a little bit of a rage spree during the spring and the summer.
Yep.
Rage is a piece of work, man. That is a captain.
Yes, he is. So we had a momentous 3 down to 2 on Hoist right there.
So he's got one left.
2 left.
See, if you hadn't to give him that last influence.
Oh no, Hoist has 1 left. You're right. Excuse me. I was thinking of Count on Influence. Momentous Concussion.
Oh, so he's got 1 more.
Yeah. So that was just milking it.
Yeah, just did it. Yeah. Momentous dead.
Yep.
Got him. That's an accomplishment. Hey, 6-6.
Yep. Although I think I'd say 6-8.
Yeah. Yep. He's about to get him back.
I mean, this is where that misplayed for me is feeling very dangerous from what he did with Dragon Mist down there.
I think Mist is next on the chopping block.
Yeah, and that's where I think it's just feeding at this point. Unfortunately, he kind of fed another model, kind of like I did with Grange to you the other night.
That was hilarious. By the way, I killed Grange with Mist. That was MVP Mist.
I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
So we have Ballista doing the damage here.
So let's see. He did 1 damage, he did 2 damage, then he did a push, and now he's rolling again.
Yep.
Yep. He's going to take Momentous 2 and kill her.
Yep.
So now it's 8-6.
Yep.
And he does have enough influence left to take a shot here at somebody.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, I think I agree with his target. I think he's going for Mist. And I don't think I can disagree with that target at all. Now, it is worth mentioning, based off of his game plan, that Mist got one of the extra influence off of Decimate.
So here's the Deadbolt bonus time, and he got him.
Yep. So we're at ignore the white text, just trust the overlay. Yeah. But the score is 8-6 currently, in favor of Jared, who is now has knocked Mist down, and I guess he retreated with Ballista. I guess he just took the shot and then kind of backed away. It looks like.
And I really enjoyed speaking to Jared at the tournament. I think that was the first time I got to meet him. Super nice guy. I know he's been out of the game for a little while, but man, he's coming back in with a vengeance.
Well, from listening to him talking to Chad, they were both extremely polite, nice guys, very friendly game. Oh, yeah. There was never any acrimony. So.
And that was actually the first time I met Chad too. And Chad actually, he did help organize the event with John and I, kind of serving as John's right-hand man a little bit. So a lot of that event was Chad and John doing a great job getting the venue set up.
From everything I've heard, they did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, it was great. So it looks like Mist is activating here.
Think so. I think that's what he's thinking about. Yep. I think he stood Mist up. Yep, he stood Mist up with momentum. Acrobatics out to the edge of melee.
So he's counterattacking.
Yep. Oh, no hits.
No.
He didn't break armor.
Well, that's a hard
counterattack for no hits.
That's actually a hard hit for Mist. I mean, even though he's only a 2/2, Mist is only attack 4. So to get your dodge, you've got to hit all of them. So you can't hit a single one.
Well, on the second attempt, it looks like he did hit the momentous dodge. So, and I guess. Oh, hey, we just had an update on the score.
Hey, look at me! I'm doing excellent.
And Mist decides that discretion is the better part of valor. I'll go ahead and apologize if there's a little bit of weirdness right here, guys, because we just had some connection problems. But Mist just ran the hell away.
Yep. And I'm wondering if someone's going to try to chase him down. Seems likely.
I'm going to take a wild bet that he might be out of range for most everybody. Mist is one of the faster models in the game.
Colossus is not slow.
So I think this is Ratchet activating.
And Colossus has a 10-inch reach. Colossus can get that. That seems about 10 to me. Because the line to line is 8, and then
It's gonna be close because yeah, that's real close. I
hey,
bet
Jared,
it's within.
yeah, it's probably pretty close. Jared found the ball, or Chad found the ball.
Chad. I was gonna say not Jared. If Jared found or if Jared found the ball right now you're getting me messed up, man.
Oh yeah,
Uh, no, I think that was a good use of Grace. Just go ahead and get the ball, and is Grace going to pass it or? Oh, just still some repositioning. Sorry, I'm getting impatient. I think looking at his options now. I mean, Grace does have it's only a kick 2, but it is 8 inches, so pretty much can get it to almost anybody.
it's a
You're
turtle
still there, right,
pass.
Lon?
Yep. I heard a little bit of oddness in the voice, but
Okay.
it might have not. It might have
Uh,
been on my side again.
I've had some occasional fluctuations, so I think it's doing
Yeah.
something a little odd. But he failed the pass from Grace to the turtle.
Aw, come on, turtle.
Uh, well, it only deviated within an inch, so the turtle is
Yeah.
snapping it.
We got Mother here. Gonna throw down a quick nest.
So I think one of the things that I was saying before we had some of the disconnection problems is that clock discrepancy is actually getting pretty big right now.
Oh yeah, is that a minute 45 for Chad, or is that 7:45?
That's 7:45, but
Okay,
it's still a 4 minute. It's still a 4 minute difference between
right.
the two.
Well, I mean that's not terrible.
No, he's still got plenty of time, but he
Yeah,
does have to be aware of that because
right.
when you start getting those close late game decisions, that clock can starts to feel a little tight.
Oh yeah.
I remember that first tournament I ran with you. I think I was about to clock out to Cody when I got the last push of shoving Hoist off the board with Harry.
Jeez.
Lost game if I didn't, and I hit the right result when I
Yeah.
needed it. But strong box
So turtle
pass
pass.
to
Yeah, look at that. Look at that sweet turtle pass. It's a one die kick, is it not?
so right before that we had mother nesting and
Two
jogging.
die kick. Yeah.
Um,
How does a turtle have the same kick stat as salt?
you probably deserve it. I don't know. So Colossus, it looks like I guess he didn't have the
For salt.
range to get there, so just setting Colossus up in a threatening position.
Oh, so you couldn't quite get him.
No, no.
Wah, wah.
Just a reposition gets Colossus right in the good angles to threaten.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a little bit of tanking time here.
Yep. So we got a bend past a miss. Hey, we finally got the ball home to where we needed to go.
It only took a few tries to get it over.
Yeah. It's like a turn one. Like if you were tuning in, you could easily imagine this is turn one. Just the way the
This does look like a turn one, except for the 3 nests. I
yeah.
think that's about the only indicator that doesn't make sense. And the 2 missing models off the board, but
Right.
hey, it's just a 5-on-5 game.
Yep.
And there we had a fast start to this turn, and then it kind of ended on a little bit of a whimper.
Yep.
But turn 4, I believe, was in the books now.
We got turn 5 coming up.
So we still have Jared up 8-6 on score, and we have a lead for Chad on momentum. I didn't catch Jared's card here, but Chad has seized the initiative.
Yep. So Chad has to take his dodge first here, and Chad is going first. So hey, that's another. You probably get a goal missed here. Just got to be careful about where you dodge. You dodge. Go ahead and dodge into that cover, I'd say.
Yep, that's my thought too. Spending some time thinking about it. Now, this is one difference, something that'll change in season 4. It's one of those that isn't huge necessarily, but it makes a bit of a difference, which is the fact that all this debating would be on the clock, actually.
Well, right. The actual moving of the models would be, but not the selection of the cards.
Now, that's not what I expected.
Yep, that is a little weird.
I would have thought Mist would be the obvious target. Get him in cover and.
Well, if he's close enough to Ben, maybe he can Southeastern dodge to the cover anyway. Maybe that's the thought. Looks like he's about
Maybe.
6 inches away from Ben.
Maybe,
Yeah.
but I think I'd rather get him as centrally placed as possible here. Purely just off the fact that the more central he is,
Well, one thing you got to
he's gonna.
imagine
I think
too
he's gonna
is
have.
if Mist does dodge to that cover, like I mentioned, Colossus probably dodges right into his grill, which could potentially be an issue.
But with Shadow like and Acrobatics, I would figure he could get out pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Shadow like Acrobatics, walk up
Well,
to
you also
Ratchet.
got to imagine where you're going to get your final 2 points, right?
Now that is the problem he's got right now.
So maybe bumping Rage up lets him go get Hoist or someone.
Yeah. The other thing that I'm looking at that feels problematic is that the other thing that feels like it's a bit of a problem here is even if he gets that goal, and if he does get a goal, Ballista hasn't used his legendary yet. I'm pretty sure
Oh
Ballista
yeah. He could go pop one in.
could actually just probably. I think at that point he could probably just charge Rage and go for the. I'm not sure about. I mean, he's gonna have a couple. He's gonna have a couple of intervening models, which
Mm-hmm.
is pretty rough. But
So who is the topmost engineer? Is that Ballista up there, or is that Hoist?
yes, that's Ballista.
Okay.
So you got 3 nest markers right out in front of
Mm-hmm.
Ballista. Um, yeah, that rage one is an interesting. That's not what I expected for the move for the dodge. I'm still a little hung up on that because
Well, he is
I know
going.
it brought rage into things a bit, but
So let's think about this. So if Mist goes for the immediate goal and he kicks it back out to Ballista, and Ballista probably wins the game. So what do we think he's got to do instead? We think he's got to maybe try to. Issue is if he doesn't activate Mist, then Colossus is going to go get that ball off of him.
well, before we'll dive in that in just a second. But we've got 4 allocated to Mist, 4 to Benediction, and 4 to Rage. Also, by the way.
And then we got 3 on Colossus, 4 on Gutter, 1 on Ratchet, 6 on Ballista.
So I think he is. Yeah, he's going with. He's absolutely going here with Mist. Judging from, I see what he's trying to do. He was trying to get as. He's trying to see if he can get past so he can get an unobstructed shot. That's what he was looking at.
So he took his Shadow
So,
looks like.
yeah. So while we're talking about it, because we've got a moment here while he's setting up and measuring, if he had gone for another activation, do you think he just delays and maybe runs Mist back around to delay? Like maybe he just
Yeah.
kind of runs Mist back behind his lines and tries to see where he can search out 2 points somewhere. What do you think?
I mean, my answer would probably be to get into Ballista, but then you're going to be messing with nest markers. Rage is going to be all by himself. So I maybe would swing Mist around to more central location, but then you've got the issue of the engineers just pop shots at you. I don't know. It's a pretty rough
Well,
position to be in.
yeah. Now here's a different, just a little bit of a different thought. Miss could pop a pass off to Benediction, take the 4-inch dodge. Then with acrobatics and sprint, maybe get up to the top side of Ballista to get the crowd to set up rage and try to force
Mhm.
things.
And
I'm
then you
not
got
going
to
to say
worry
that's
about
necessarily an idea.
miss dying again too.
No, that's. But when you're, I think he at this point he's got to find whatever he can to try to get the
Hmm.
2 points to. He doesn't have that second takeout, which is where the engineer player is sitting. Also, he's on clock is now a worry.
Right, he's at 3 minutes.
Yep. So we got the charge on Gutter, who defensive stanced.
And he got no hits. So he got no
Yep.
hits and he missed the pass? Is that what happened?
Uh,
Missed the
so
dunk?
he acrobaticsed, and then he charged. Um, so he's on one. He had to hit that.
To get the momentum. Why did he
Yep.
acrobatic instead of just shadow like? I think it's the second time he's done
He
that.
he shadow liked and he acrobatics to try to get a charge angle up and around Colossus. That's what all the measuring was in the 2-inch melee off Colossus. But then he did one more attack to Gutter and just did 1 damage to Gutter
So
with the
he
last
didn't get
influence
enough
because he
hits.
couldn't do anything
Yeah,
else.
that's a pretty rough
Yeah.
roll. I mean, you need,
Yeah.
what is that? 3 5s
Yep.
on 8
Yeah,
dice?
3 5s on missed, throwing 8 dice.
Which is,
It's
I mean,
possible,
it's
but
more
it's
than likely
not.
should happen. I'd say it's probably about 60%.
I was think I'd have to. I don't have a program with me to run it,
It's
but
53.2. So
okay.
it's a coin flip.
Well, now Colossus got a momentous tackle, momentous knockdown, and a singled out on missed.
Hmm.
Um, I think he was looking to see if Rage had the nice little line to Gutter there, but Gutter's a little bit out.
So we got Grace walking up here.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be. Oh, still just measuring out. Sorry. And it's going to be a quick foot on Rage. Make him a little bit faster
Yeah.
to let him get in there.
And Chad on 2 minutes now.
Yep. I think that's got to be a worry for him. He has to go into overdrive on.
Hmm. And I think it's about to be a bad day for Rage here.
This is a shot that Ballista should hit pretty easily, especially with the bonus time. Bonus time hits. So he landed a nice little deadbolt, shoving Rage 2 inches back away.
Yeah, I don't really know what Chad's best bet would have been there because even if he hit that goal, I think Jared would have just ended the game
Yeah,
with the
I
breach.
think he had to hope, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, that's the problem with that's sort of the problem with the fact that a couple of models got fed to the
Hmm.
engineers. Decimate really didn't earn a lot in exchange for dying.
Yeah.
Um, I know what he was hoping was for Decimate to clog up Hoist a little bit, but with Burrow coming off
Hmm.
of Mother, that just wasn't going to do anything. You'd probably need to clog the front nest marker rather than anywhere else. So we got a second win placed on Gutter, I believe, and Ballista just sprinted around.
Right. And even though Jared hasn't been out of the game for a few months, I mean, he's still pretty He's in the top 20 in the world, so
He's playing this pretty
yeah.
clinically by and large. He's taking what Chad's given him. He's gotten some good opportunities with Mist and Decimate to get two easy ones. His hoist goal
Hmm.
run was executed pretty much exactly like you would hope, and that ball kill was he killed the ball on Chad's side of the pitch,
Right.
which was that's not something you see all that often.
And I really mentioned that just, I mean, I know that we've had a couple of opinions on a few of Chad's plays, but he is playing one of the better people in the whole world in this game. So I think he's holding his own pretty
um,
well.
Absolutely, he got a good setup with that first turn missed goal. And engineers are a hard team to play into, especially for a team that doesn't have a lot of ranged firepower. The engineers can lay out quite a lot from a distance, so coming into them is kind of awkward.
Right.
And Benediction just sprinted and did a stand firm and braced on himself there. While Ratchet tooled up hoist and overclocked him. Um, and then we've got Rage charging Gutter. So when Ballista pushed him back, he didn't push him with the
I'm
quick foot
losing
from
you
Grace.
again.
The angle was still there and the range was still there.
Can you hear me?
Oh, can you? Yeah, can you hear me, Lon?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Um, Sorry about that. I don't know how much of that you caught, but just giving an update. But with Quickfoot, Rage ended up having charge range to Gutter. So, however, during the middle of that, he hit the 3 damage, the Momentous 3 push, but he did clock.
Hmm. So he gets to finish his activation.
Yep, which is a change I
And
really
then
like
Jared will be
from
on
previous
9.
seasons. Okay, so he pushed Gutter into range of Benediction to get the crowd and
Hmm.
everything. Gets a Momentous 2 damage and a Momentous 2 damage.
Might as well legendary here.
Um, Another Momentous 2 damage, I believe.
I wonder why he didn't legendary or heroic. He just now put up the
I
heroic.
think yeah, he forgot.
Yeah.
I think he just simply forgot. I think when he hit the clock, he got
Yeah.
a little panicky.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh god, yes. Um,
And he forgot usurper. Oh man, it's rough.
and he left Gutter on exactly 1 hit
Mm,
point. So any of those things, if he had remembered to
yeah,
pop his
probably would have had
plays,
8 points.
all those things.
So
Yep.
Jared's now at.
But the thing is, I don't know how he finishes because he doesn't have.
Yeah, I don't think there's a path to 12. I think.
No. Unfortunately, you've got Strongbox, Strongbox and Decimate, neither of which can do anything.
Hmm.
Um, and that's gonna put Jared on 11 just with those two alone.
Right. And Gutter's about to heal all her health back up because if you don't kill her, she heals for about 8.
So he momentously stood up, burned a momentum to stand up, and he's moving to the maximum melee with Benediction right
Hmm.
now. Um,
Buy 4 attacks, heal 4 health, spend 1 momentum to heal. Well, I guess you can if you stood
uh,
up, but
yeah. Um, Decided not to attack Benediction in there because Benediction does have stand firm. So even with anatomical, he's still a 3/3. So he's throwing a shot into rage and only hits the 1 damage momentously. And rage is countering.
so Chad's coming in. What's he rolling here?
He's rolling the counter on Gutter.
Oh, to push her out.
Actually, he hit the knockdown. So that's Gutter's activation,
Yeah.
because Gutter's already momentously stood up and
Mhm.
moved. Jared realizing he made a bit of a
Yeah,
mistake there, but I don't think it's
it's
a
not a huge deal.
no. Um,
So it's 10-6.
and, so we got Hoist activating next. Oh, even updating the score there, Lauren.
Right. I'm probably doing the time too. His 1-minute
Yep,
activations.
you are. Yeah. So we got a momentous 3 damage on Rage.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So Chad's calling it here. He realizes he's just going to
Yep.
lose to the clock. He's not going to be able to come up with 6 points. But that's
No,
an honest call.
when you
Go get a
yeah,
beer.
I think I would make that exact same call.
Go have a beer between rounds.
There's no path. There's no path back. His next activation decimate. He can't do anything. It's going to be 11-6. Yeah.
That's a great game though, and again, I mean, I think I might have been fading out when I said this earlier, but your Jared is in the top 20 in the world, and I do feel like Chad held his own. I think Chad had a very respectable showing. I mean, I know that there was a couple areas where we had some opinions about some of the things he did, but still really good, solid performance.
Well, and quite frankly, engineers are not an easy matchup.
Right, for anybody.
They're a tough. No, I mean, Ballista's got a lot of board control. He's got a lot of range damage. Um, I think the biggest thing that I saw was it felt like Decimate in particular got fed to the engineers. Mist was always probably going to be a casualty. Mist frequently dies off that first turn goal run. But it felt like Decimate going in didn't really accomplish a lot, and kind of came out to be a big difference in the game.
And I had kind of highlighted a couple of things that we had talked about, and on that second turn, I really do think there was an opportunity for Decimate to actually get in there and score. I mean, he didn't end up taking that, but if you had gotten the quick foot and then the rage, quick time, Decimate's going to go real far, and actually had an opportunity
Yep.
to get into Mother or Hoist and shoot that goal, but
But that's also, I mean,
that's a
it's
lot of
it's easy to see
foresight.
that when we're
Right,
looking at an overhead
right.
view.
And
So,
it is a lot of foresight
uh,
to see something like that.
well, and if I had a dollar for every time I post gamed one of mine and said, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I do
Right.
this?" or if I saw or somebody else saw something and told me, that's just the nature of it. You're looking from one side of the pitch, you're staring at the clock, you got a lot going through your head.
Yeah, and
It's hard to see every angle.
right. There were a couple things in the next turn. I think diving smoke back in there was weird to me instead of pulling back into the rest of the team. And then
You mean missed?
I think he just forgot about the reanimate as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey,
Although that one, I don't think that one wasn't the worst in the
yeah,
world
didn't
because he
really
was
hurt
able
him
to
that
finish
much.
him off at
Right.
the. Um, Although it kept Rage from being active anywhere else, but Rage was kind of back behind the wall, so I'm not sure he would have
Right.
really been very actively involved. But I mean, I actually thought that I thought that Chad played that correctly when Hoist got into Rage, just giving him a couple of pushes, giving him a good angle to go ahead and kill, giving him a good angle to go ahead and take Hoist out, which was the right play.
And if he had won that 50-50, if he had won that 50-50 on that mischarge on the end, I mean, that would have been 4 points on the board and put him at 10. And then didn't he get like
Yep.
1 point away from killing Gutter as well?
Yep.
So maybe that
So
game would have
if
resulted
depending on ball deviation off the goal kick,
right,
we did have a possible Ballista legendary goal shot.
right.
Kind of hard to tell, but
So that was probably
if
his
he doesn't get a
path
good
then. Yeah,
deviation, yeah,
that was probably his path to
I
victory.
didn't realize. with Rage getting quick foot and everything, yeah, that probably was his best angle. I mean, it's unfortunate the dice just kind of the dice said no, and when he got on the clock,
No,
he
not so.
forgot a couple of abilities.
Well, we've had kind of
Yeah.
a bunch of internet issues tonight, so maybe we just go ahead and let folks pontificate for themselves. And I hope you all enjoyed the game. And we'll be back. And it's been some really high quality guild ball on these first two episodes. So I hope that we can keep that going. What do we got in the third match?
So match 3 is going to be two entirely different guilds. Thank goodness. We got blacksmiths and we got fish.
Oh no, it's
So
Frank.
um, yep, we have Frank Kumitis. I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly. And I'm blanking out on the other guy that he played.
That would be the match versus Nashville. I think that individual's name is Jared Turner, if memory serves.
That sounds right. Jared Turner. Yep, I just looked it up. Um, so we're gonna have that match coming up. I've already got it partially edited, and so now we just need to schedule
Yeah.
recording. But hopefully, we'll be bringing that to you in the next, no more than the next couple
Right.
of weeks.
All righty. Well, appreciate everybody tuning in, and remember to feel free to leave us some comments or give us any feedback you might have, and we'll hope to see you back soon.
Yep, and thank you for joining us with Momentous Inspiration, and we'll keep on coming back. We'll be putting out content as much as we can.
See ya.
Have a good night, everybody.